life is good. Every day you get to play the game you love. You're exercising, getting enough sleep, and eating healthy. You have balanced your time between your personal life and Discord. All the ingredients that make a healthy, successful athlete. And it's paying off. Congratulations. So what's next? Have you thought about your career?
Oh, she doesn't know.
You're not alone. But it's important to know that the decisions you make at this point in your life can affect you for years to come. Here at Olelo Community Media, workforce development is a priority. Our hope is that we can provide some inspiration and direction to help guide you into finding a career that brings you joy. It's the perfect time to get to know yourself, your likes, your dislikes, your strengths, and weaknesses. Because knowing your true self is key to finding a career that will provide you happiness, fulfillment, and ultimately success. A good place to start is with your strengths. Did you know that if you practice healthy gaming, this game you love can actually enhance your brain?
What's wonderful is that with esports, gaming is all about cognition. It's all about three-dimensional understanding, about planning, about responding to things, and these are all cognitive processes that you can easily record through the metrics that the games collect.
They're doing just that at the Sports Academy in Thousand Oaks, California, where amateur gamers and esports professionals train under the same roof as traditional athletes. Here, they can accurately test and measure your cognitive abilities and have proven the superiority of the pro gamer's mind over the commoners.
Matt outperformed you in the more complex tasks. So as tasks got more complicated and had a significant amount of distractions and opportunity for the brain to start thinking about something that wasn't primary to the task, he outperformed you pretty significantly at those tasks.
Dr. Adam Gasly is the mastermind behind the amazing work being done at the University of California's Neuroscape Labs. Here, they are developing video games that can not only revert the cognitive functions of a 60 or 80-year-old, but return their function to those of a 20-year-old.
By challenging interference resolution, distraction resistance, multitasking, because it's so fundamental, those networks, to other cognitive control abilities, we would see benefits outside of gameplay and different abilities that were not directly challenged. And so we did a multi-year study in older adults and showed that we improved not just their gameplay, but their sustained attention and their working memory. And showed with neural recordings that it was the engagement of the prefrontal cortex and its networks with the rest of the brain that were more effectively improving those abilities.
In 2020, Dr. Gasly and his associates received the first ever FDA approval to medically prescribe their custom-made video games to help treat ADHD, and soon hope to be able to treat other conditions like autism, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and more. Back here at home, exciting research has begun at the Hawaii Pacific University's Esports Arena, where a group of brain surgeons, neuroscientists, and bioengineers are teaming up with esports athletes in hopes of finding a cure to a debilitating condition called cerebral venous congestion, or CVC.
So this will be the first study of its type in the world.
Because of the obesity epidemic, a growing number of our population are being diagnosed with CVC, which is caused by restricting the blood flow that exits the brain.
It allows us this opportunity to examine, okay, what's the effect of reducing this flow on cognition using esports as an example. So we've got two things that we're trying to do. One is to start looking at esports players, looking at cognition, because players play for a long time. we get a lot of data over a long time.
And with all that data, Dr. Lawrence and his team are not only optimistic about curing CVC, but hopes to find ways to improve cognitive function for all of us.
The other things that we have seen with esports and gaming is looking at recognizing patterns. Okay, what am I seeing? What's likely to happen next? There is a lot of planning. Okay, how would I approach this? There's a lot of problem solving. So hey, I was in this position before and that didn't work, so let me try this. So it certainly does train components of the brain, and again, that's something that we would like further on down the line to really have a look at. Different games and the different effects that it's having on different parts of the brain, what it is improving.
These are just a few of the many exciting studies that confirm how esports and gaming can expand your cognitive capabilities. And this might make you feel like you can do most any job. But that would be like saying, if you have a computer, you're a great gamer.
But really, when I thought about jobs and applications of esports in jobs, really what we're talking about is frontal lobe critical thinking skills. So anything that involves planning, stress management, emotional regulation, communication, leadership, critical thinking, that's pretty much anything. But then I was thinking, well, how does esports actually teach those things? And it doesn't. But instead, you have to be intentional in building those skills. So for example, okay, when I load into my game, I really want to focus on remaining calm, cool, and collected and staying focused on my goal. Okay, and then how do I review my goal? How am I measuring my progress? Those types of skills translate anywhere. So for example, in school, can you regulate your emotions during a test? You know the information here, but can you recall it from your memory and bring it to the front and then apply it? We're talking about learning. Or hey, you're with your friends and something bad is happening, there's some type of drama or some type of discourse between you and your friends. Can you now communicate how you feel clearly? Can you help articulate what's on your mind and what hurt your feelings or whatever with your friends? That's IGLing. Now we're talking about leadership, we're talking about communication. So really when you talk about esports and learning in the brain, it's all connected, but you really have to be intentional on how you're trying to apply those skills.
Another area you might want to be intentional about is your job search. If you love gaming but don't necessarily want to work in the industry, then the traditional job search will expose you to many different careers. We all know Craigslist, LinkedIn, HireNet, ZipRecruiter, and Indeed. These sites offer online job listings that might give you ideas for a career. Then, for a more personal interaction with someone experienced, you could visit a job fair. We took a trip to the Hawai'i Career Expo, where you can get face-to-face with a company representative.
You can apply online.
Keep in mind that the people you come in contact with are here to recruit for their companies, not necessarily to help you find a career. In fact, our search for a career counselor came up empty until we met Kara Kim, Vice President of Kumabi HR.
My advice to the younger generation is there's so much resources available at schools, so perhaps maybe attending, workshops that, about finding jobs and resume writing, interview skills, if it's available at schools. And, if there are volunteer opportunities and maybe those type of events would help to kind of find what you like and what if it sparks interest, my advice would be to try to pursue that. Take a look at what occupations might be in the fields if you have interest in certain classes that you have at school. And beyond that, I think that, trying different things out. And it's okay if you find things that you don't like, because that will kind of help to really understand where you want to go and what you do like in life, right? And my whole thing is jobs are such a big, important part, a big time of your life, right? And you spend every day going to work that it's really important to enjoy what you do.
This is your time to shine. Target your goals. Strategize. Visualize. Plan. Find what qualifications you need for a career with the very best of organizations. An example of the best is Booz Allen Hamilton. Booz Allen Hamilton leads the world in technology and innovation. They are unmatched in cybersecurity, with clients that include the Department of Defense and other federal agencies. They are the frontline defenders of our national security interests. And they are top-tier consultants for many Fortune 500 companies, assisting with operational efficiency and strategic development. It's not surprising that among the brightest of these geniuses, yep, you'll find gamers. Gamers who depend daily on the skills they've gained through gaming.
The application that Enzo is showcasing right now is a digital twin of an actual island in the Philippines, where we take a drone, it flies over the land with LiDAR scans, and then sends all that data back to be auto-generated into this 3D representation of the island for planning purposes. Now, it's really cool, our clients love it, but when you're talking about individuals that are interested in game development or any gaming skills and how those transfer to industry, this application was actually built in Unity, which is a game engine platform similar to Unreal Engine. And there are more than a few solutions that we as a company leverage Unity and Unreal Engine for to build these capabilities for our clients. So it's really cool. And it gives the most realistic virtual world of the 3D environment that they're operating in this region today.
These guys not only build the hardware and software they use, they design battlefield strategies for our troops.
Thousands of miles away, you will see as literally on the chest.
Connect combat medics with doctors who are across the planet.
And do dogfighting training.
And train pilots who help secure our skies. And the whole time, they make it look like they're just playing video games. With their cutting-edge technology, Booz Allen has supported our nation's most critical missions. And the work they do affects all of our lives in one way or another, around the world and beyond.
Liftoff.
We've supported NASA in the past. We support space programs today with Spacecom. We've also, supported the NFL just for some of their broadcasting purposes. We are the current maintainers and builders of rec.gov, which is where anyone in the United States can go reserve a national park tour. And then, of course, also a lot of the DoD work we do is any type of software development for data, engineering, AI, and anything along those lines that helps our community maintain the defense.
That's a bolt.
Yeah, and it'll go step by step on the process.
To work here, you need to be at the top of your game. And if that's you, Booz Allen Hamilton is committed to the search for local talent.
We have informally always been very involved in the community in terms of education. We've always had internships that employ local students. And now it's just a formalized position where we really have put resources and manpower into developing the local talent workforce. We have an internship program that's firm-wide called the Summer Games, and it is open to current students in university, so with a preference to rising seniors because they spend the 10 weeks of their summer program with us, and at the end, the goal is to give them an offer for full-time employment after they graduate from college.
Many employers today might still not know the benefits of hiring an esports athlete, but the exemplary performance by these Booz Allen Hamilton elites may have opened the door just a little more for future gamers.
I don't think currently we go and say, hey, all gamers come and list up for our jobs. But if you're a gamer, you are practicing a lot of different skills, right? Whether if it's just the familiarity of the actual application and understanding that software and UI and front end, or it's the communications, it's the time pressure, it's the teamwork, right? There's so many soft skills that are baked into being good at gaming that absolutely transfer over into a career in this industry.
Our state sits on an exceptional location that is beneficial to the esports industry, right between Asia and the West Coast where most of these games originate. That has economists and researchers excited that more esports businesses might relocate to Hawaii, growing the industry and creating more jobs. For now, you might search for jobs that are connected to esports. Here at Olelo Community Media, we celebrate our gamers, like Sean Wheeler, one of our master control operators. Wheeler handles the broadcasts for all 4 of our stations and our 2 streaming platforms. Part of his responsibilities are to broadcast our local esports tournaments. Then there's Albert Fung, our senior IT specialist. When he's not fixing our computers, he goes out to our schools to design and build their esports arenas. These jobs are not esports jobs, but definitely keep these gentlemen connected to Hawaii's gaming industry. Imagine being part of creating this. Watch and feel the pride, Hawaii, because a member of the team who created this award-winning art is one of our own. Born and raised on the west side of Oahu, she is a 4-time Emmy award-winning creative producer.
Hey, I'm Melissa from the Riot Esports photo team.
And the face of the products we use every day. Known in the gaming world as GeekyHoneyBee, Melissa has worked with big-name companies, including Blizzard and Riot Games. When it comes to your career, Melissa says, patience is the name of the game.
Don't get discouraged if it's taking longer than you're in your head you were expecting it was going to take. It took me 4 years of freelancing and job hopping to odd jobs before I landed a full-time role that became a career. Took me 2 years applying to Riot before I landed a job with them, and it was discouraging, day in and day out, looking at job boards and not seeing something that lines up with a me-shaped position, I think as long as you're striving to better yourself, better your craft, you're in a good spot.
Her difficult journey to a land where she was now the minority in a male-dominated business is nothing short of incredible.
Be patient with yourself. I think it's important to not set expectations for yourself in a way that is detrimental to your mental health, right? Every small step is a little victory in the right direction. So if you're taking the time to invest in yourself and what it is that you're trying to pursue, and you're happy with that, it doesn't become a chore. It doesn't become something that you dread waking up in the morning. It should be something you're excited about. I think that's probably the best space to hang out in when you're job hunting and you're trying to level up your experience. It'll get frustrating, but that's where you have to persevere and hang tough.
Melissa's success is an inspiring reminder of what is possible when talent meets opportunity. And despite her success, she never forgets where she came from, dedicating her time to do talks for the next generation on the mainland and here at home. Melissa and great companies like Booz Allen Hamilton are doing their part to develop a workforce within our state, training and hiring our local talent to build not just jobs, but careers. As our local population often struggles to survive, it's heartbreaking to see how much is taken from our islands. Not only our extraordinary talent, but the beauty of our home. This new game from the Yakuza Like a Dragon series uses incredibly detailed images from Waikiki in Chinatown. Whereas a film company would need to pay for permits and taxes, the gaming industry is not regulated that way. According to the Hawaii Film Office, our state nor our people benefit from these productions. The only way to combat this practice is for one of our own to build one better. All of us must commit to creating opportunities for our youth to be able to build thriving careers that allow them to live close to their ohana in this very special place that we call home. When we give our young people the tools to be successful, we are not only securing their future, we're building a stronger, more resilient Hawaii. For Olelo Community Media, I'm Sisto Domingo.